Hi everyone, this is Tebow from CSCE Recording, and I'm most excited to reconnect with some folks I met last year, meet new people, and learn about the latest industry trends in beautiful Florida.
I am definitely looking forward to the motivational speaker. We could all use a good pep talk, right?
We are excited to share our business texting service with the Florida title industry and its vendors. It was through working with Florida-based title companies that we were inspired to create the solution, and we're excited to share it with you all.
FLTA has always been one of my favorite events of the year, but after this year and isolating for 7 months, I am most excited to get back out and reconnect with all my title peeps.
I'm really excited to talk to everyone in Florida in our industry and see what each of you has done to cope, adapt, and overcome all the crazy things that this year has thrown at us. Can't wait to talk to y'all.
This is my first FLTA conference, and I am so excited to meet new friends and make some long-lasting relationships.
Hi, I'm Joe Cheetah. What I'm most excited about for this convention is to find out what the new president, LIEN Prescott, has planned for the FLTA this year.
I am Gadsby. And our convention has got to be like this.
Hello guys, my name is Brett Epstein from Los Angeles, California. I hope everybody's doing well. I know you've been sitting and staring at a screen, so I encourage you to stand up and move your neck around and relax your shoulders and just walk around a little bit. So while you're stretching, I'd love to show you a quick little fun thing I do. I'm going to turn over the top card of the deck. That's 10 of diamonds, hopefully you can see it. Now keep your eye on the 10, because what I'm going to do is just rub it. And there's our favorite card, the Ace of Clubs, okay? So thank you for watching. Have a good one.
A visual masterpiece, sensational from beginning to end, the greatest event of the season.
Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall.
Does it ever get crisp in Florida?
I'm a bit worried about Lynn DiCaprio. Our convention can't be a great Gatsby party when he ends up dead and everybody else leaves questioning the American dream.
I agree. This better be good. I mean, we can't have Lynn be just another Gadsby, or even just an okay Gadsby.
Good afternoon, old sport. Don't worry, I'm taking this very seriously. I've got my entire script right here.
LIEN, you know, if you want to throw a Gatsby-themed convention, you will need champagne and cocktails and most certainly some great jazz music.
And great motivational speakers and continuing education.
Yes, the American dream.
And the best people in the industry.
Yes!
And a little magic. We've got this, and our members deserve it all.
Let's go party like Gadsby.
Wait, old sport. Old sport.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
To the party.
The party, old sport, is right here. Don't you remember COVID, the pandemic? We're all in this together.
Please welcome your current
And
FLTA president, Nancy Bauman, as
we're
well
live.
as the president-elect, LIEN Prescott.
Welcome to the 2020 FLTA Convention.
The Roaring 20s, live in the present.
Presented by First American Title Insurance Company
and Skyline LIEN Search.
At this time, I would like to call the meeting of the members to order.
Before the pledge, and in the spirit of Veterans Day later this week, I'd like to recognize all of our veterans and all of our family members of veterans in our association. Thank you so much for your service to our country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join your board of directors and us in standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For all. And now it's time to thank our two title sponsors for partnering with us for what has been a very unique convention.
It's a different kind of year, so we're going to try something a little different.
Our goal is to fully embrace this new normal.
And with that in mind, here's my friend and boss, Mike Abbey, with First American Title.
Yeah, so we've really taken this time to focus on technology, not just to benefit our client experience, but also to benefit our internal and external relationships. In particular, we've encouraged our sales team to get creative with online video conferencing. Can we give them some examples? Okay, yeah. We can share some recorded meetings with you. We're honestly very happy with how this initiative is going. Is it queued up? Okay, great. Yeah, you can share your screen now. Cool, so yeah, take a look.
Our company philosophy says to put people first and everything else will take care of itself. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've created a virtual background that I think is going to help convey this about us and myself. You'll see here, oh no, this is my cat Merlin. He's a rescue.
Yeah, let's pull up another example.
It's very easy to say that we provide the same service as everyone else. But where First American always stands out is doing it in a way that makes it so easy. Finding the path of least resistance is key. I'm going to share my screen to help explain. All right, give me 1 second. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. My daughter, she had to use the computer earlier today for school. Well, hey there, I kind of like this one.
Let's find another example.
Well, Mike, the First American focus on technology is legendary. Service and technology, I might add. But the impact of our AgentNet platform, by the way, is revolutionary. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot, I gotta make a call. Some guy's calling in, it's a big deal. I'm sorry, I gotta leave the meeting for just a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch out. I'll be right back. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Alan, we can still hear you. You're not on mute.
That's the guy next door. I had to finish my call and I rushed right through it. I'll call him back.
Well, we are truly living in the present here at First American Title. Of course, this was all for fun, but I can say that we have certainly experienced the humor in our new normal. We are thankful to be here with you today, and we hope that you enjoyed the event.
Very creative, Mike. Bravo to your whole team. You've set a very high bar.
Not to be outdone, we have a word from Rolando Requeni with Skyline LIEN Search, and they have a message of their own.
Hey Deb, awesome job with ABC Title in Jacksonville. I know they had forgotten to order a LIEN search that they needed in 2 days, and their now former provider told them it was going to take at least 10. Wonderful job by the Skyline team, and we really showed that Skyline difference to get it done in 24 hours. Oh, hold on, Joe just walked in. Can you give me a second?
Yeah, sure.
In this new world, we've grown so accustomed to technology. What if it were no longer possible to communicate without looking through some piece of glass?
Hey Joe, I just heard we caught a major mistake by the municipality for the Joneses family through MVP Title. Luckily for them, Skyline has a great third-party protection plan that will cover them for the first $3,000.
It is now truly impossible to walk and talk.
Hey Rolando, the resolutions are all set. The Skyline Resolutions Department gave them a step-by-step guide how to resolve their problem quickly.
That's great. That's what we do. Glad we could save them all that time and energy.
Hey man, you're frozen again.
Yes, we are not far from the day when your image freezes, your whole body freezes.
Rolando.
We certainly are living in the present, and technology has allowed us to communicate in new and exciting ways. And just wanted to say the Skyline team had a wonderful time putting this together, and hope we made you laugh a little bit. And I hope you all have a wonderful and exciting convention.
Oh wow, those videos were great, weren't they? Thank you both for being the sponsors and our partners in this year's convention.
At this time, we'd like to ask Chuck Ferguson, chair of the Certified Land Title Institute, to update us.
Most FLTA members are aware that there are sections to the association, and the insurer section and agent section are definitely the most high-profile ones, but one that is less known is the Certified Land Title Institute. This is responsible for, and by law, and I quote, administering all testing, grading, and evaluations pertaining to the awarding association professional designation of CLS and CLC, also known as Certified Land Title Searcher and Certified Land Title Closer. Has its own set of rules of procedure, and as long as those rules do not conflict with the Master FLTA bylaws, and as long as the section does not obligate the association to any expenditure without board approval, is set up to operate independently of all the other committees and sections, and being chair of the CLT is also a FLTA board position. And not a lot is known about this section, and rightfully so, since its main purpose is to handle all matters related to the searcher and closer tests, which are closely guarded and managed by the Institute. This includes maintaining and keeping them up to date, which a lot of people sometimes seem to think that they are outdated, but please bear in mind, this test is evaluated when we're grading it, and we do go ahead and update it, and we try to get things as close to current methods and current situations that we're dealing with as possible. There's a lot of historical data in both tests, both the searcher and the closer test, and perhaps that's what makes people think they're out of date, but you really need to think. Without knowing where we started and where we are, there's a lot missing in between the two. And so how can you be a good searcher or closer if you don't know only the current rules, but what rules were in effect at the time, especially when something's being searched and put together back in the past. Especially if you're trying to build a chain of title and you're trying to square away whatever other issues may have come up in the search. But the test doesn't just test the what, but it also includes the how and the why of how we have gotten to where we are. The test runs from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on a Saturday in June, and yes, it is an all-day affair. The morning session for either test has approximately 80 essay questions on it. And believe me, we don't want to know how many words people know. We don't want to know the extent of the vocabulary. We want the basic answer. Again, we just want to make sure that you have a grasp of the information. If you don't have sufficient experience to handle the test, you really probably shouldn't be taking it. We now have kind of settled in on one location. It worked out very, very well. It's a centralized location, and most everybody was able to get there very easily and take the test and be done for the day. I would like to see more past and future CLS and CLC folks jump in and participate, because again, our role should be looked at with honor and respect. I remember when I took my test back in 1993, it was a huge deal that if you pass the test, you seem to know what you're doing, and it was a tool that was marketed for all of our examiners and all of our different people, be it examiner or closer. But it was something you can market out there that we have these certified people. The best analogy I can give to the CLS and CLC is when you go to do your taxes, you don't go to Joe Blow tax accountant, you go to Joe Blow CPA, certified public accountant. Effectively, that's what the examiner and the closer is doing. They are certified, they know what they're doing, and they have learned a lot, and they are able to put those into place for what it is that they are doing. And again, I know it's been said by my counterparts for the other board positions. I want to thank you and welcome you again to the virtual conference. And if you have any questions, please feel free to look me up and ask me anything you'd like.
Thank you, Chuck. Now I would like to ask Carla Staker, Chair of the Past Presidents Committee, to come forward to present the 2020 Scholarship Awards.
Good afternoon. As chairperson of the Scholarship Committee, it is an honor to present this year's scholarships. There are a number of moving pieces that have to come together to make these scholarships possible. I would like to thank Bob and Denise Braden with Mobile Home Title Solutions for stepping in to assist Linda Schwartz of PRG Staffing in raising these scholarship funds at last year's conventions. Linda has led the charge once again this year in collecting the various silent auction items. I would also like to thank the donors who provided the auction items, as well as those who bid. For without this combination, we would not be able to provide these scholarships. Be sure you take the time to visit our 2020 virtual silent auction room to support our 2021 scholarships. The auction will close tomorrow at 7 p.m. This year, we received a total of 22 qualified applications, and as you can imagine, it was very difficult to narrow them down to 10. The committee members truly had their work cut out for them. Without further ado, the 2020 scholarship recipients, John Starr Thornton Jr. was awarded the FLTA's Denham Award in 1990. Join us in congratulating Nicholas Valdez as this year's Thornton Scholarship recipient.
Nicholas is studying real estate law at Barry University. He's active in many clubs, including the American Constitutional Society and Phi Alpha Theta, National History Society.
Congratulations, Nicholas. Sam Mansfield served as FLTA president from 1969 to 1970 and was awarded the Denham Award in 1972. Join us in congratulating Julia Acker as this year's Mansfield Memorial Scholarship recipient.
Julia is a senior at the University of Florida, and she plans to continue her education to become a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner.
Congrats, Julia. Marjorie Schwartz served as president from 1991 to 1992 and received the Denham Award in 1994. Congratulations, Matthew Morey, on being this year's Marjorie S. Schwartz Scholarship recipient.
Matthew is currently studying finance at Florida Gulf Coast University with a concentration in real estate finance. He's also the president of the Debate Club and treasurer of the Student Alliance for Mental Illness.
Congratulations, Matthew, and good luck. This year we have 5 FLTA Outstanding Student Scholarships, and they are in no particular order. The first recipient, Gwyneth Taylor.
Gwyneth Taylor is a student at Baylor University with a passion for entrepreneurship. She has a strong feeling for her community, accruing more than 1,300 hours of volunteer time.
Congratulations, Gwyneth. The second recipient this year is Carson Prescott.
Carson's volunteered in everything from pet rescue to film festivals to art museums. Her passion is helping others. She's studying at New College of Florida to become an art therapist.
Congratulations, Carson. The next FLTA Student Scholarship is being awarded to Hannah Nemchek.
Hannah is studying at the University of Florida. With a background in botany, food science, and anthropology, she would like to create a more sustainable food production system with lower carbon emissions while increasing fresh food accessibility for the underprivileged.
These are great goals. Congratulations, Hannah, and good luck. The next FLTA Student Scholarship is awarded to Melissa Peterson.
Melissa's been in the industry since 1992. She already earned her Certified Land Closure certification, and she's seeking her paralegal certification from the University of Miami.
Congratulations, Melissa. Best of luck. We have 3 more recipients to recognize, but the final FLTA Student Scholarship goes to Arlen Benetti.
Arlen is studying physics with additional interests in chemistry, political science, and journalism, all at the University of Central Florida.
Congratulations, Arlen. For the final 2 scholarships, I would like to recognize Patrick Emmerich, CEO with Property Debt Research. For the 6th year now, Property Debt Research has sponsored 2 scholarships, and we are very grateful for their support in sponsoring these scholarships. The first recipient is Ryan Thomas.
Ryan is a student at the University of Florida, studying pre-professional biology and pre-dental. His goal, you guessed it, it's to become an orthodontist.
Congratulations, Ryan. The second Property Debt Research Scholarship recipient is Natalie Molina.
Natalie is pursuing a degree in cell and molecular biology from the University of South Florida. She's felt the calling to the medical profession through her personal life experiences. Her goal is to help others.
Congratulations, Natalie. Thank you again to everyone for participating in the silent auction to help raise funds for these great students. Congratulations to all of our great applicants.
Thank you, Carla. How great it is that we are able to come together to support these very deserving scholars. On to the moment we've been waiting for.
Because you're about to witness someone being truly surprised, and it's so fun.
It has been 3 years since anyone has been honored with the Raymond O. Denham Award.
So please join us in welcoming the award's last recipient, Linda Martin, who will help us reveal the big surprise.
Hello, everyone. My name is Linda Martin, and in 2017, the FLTA Board of Directors presented me with the Raymond O. Denham Memorial Award. Mr. Denham was known as a tireless worker on behalf of the FLTA, and his untimely death was a blow to the association. As a way to honor him, the Board of Directors created the Raymond O. Denham Memorial Award. Today, in 2020, it's my duty, but it's definitely my honor to be the one to make the presentation to the newest recipient. As you can see by the names here, the first presentation was made in 1967. Now, 53 years later, it has 41 names on it, including today's recipient. And no, I'm not going to show you who that is just yet. The Raymond O. Denham Memorial Award is actually a 2-part presentation. This is the actual award, which now will go to the newest recipient, and she will be responsible for the care and feeding of the award until the FLTA board decides to grant it to another member. She also gets a plaque, like this one. This is her memento, which she gets to keep for as long as she wants to keep it. And the award says, awarded annually to the individual in the Florida Land Title Association who has rendered the most outstanding and unselfish service to the association, to the abstract and title professions, and to the public. This year's recipient has been a member of the CLT Council since 1994. She has served as secretary more than once, and it was back in the day when it was all a one-function process rather than the 2-part process that it is now. She's also been our council chair more than once, and she has given up her Saturday in June to be a test administrator when needed, and she certainly participates in the grading sessions. I imagine the council and the recipient have probably figured out by now who I'm talking about. So I would like to tell you that the newest recipient of the Raymond O. Denham Memorial Award is from the First American office in Ocala, and her name is Marcia Cameron. Please join me in congratulating her. And Marcia, I am so happy the board chose you this year.
This is such a surprise. I'm in shock. I'm so in shock.
And you're going to be for several days.
Ooh, I don't even feel worthy. I really don't. This is,
trust me,
an honor.
Your name came up and...
we all jumped on it.
Yep. A little closer. A little closer.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, board. Oh.
We love you.
And I love y'all. I love the association. I love what we do. The industry, what we were out, you know, just, it's just overwhelming. I'm so excited.
Yay.
Where's my name?
It's on the short side.
That's weird. Oh, man. Truly, truly, truly an honor.
Wow, wasn't that terrific? Congratulations, Marcia. You're amazing, and this association is so grateful and proud for you.
Here, here.
And by the way, isn't it neat that even though we're not all in this together in the same place, what wonderful comments and the interaction and the heart warmth that I'm seeing in the chat. So thank you all. We needed this.
This year, the board would like to call on past President Tim Steele to lead the nominating of the Life Membership Award. Tim?
Good afternoon. I'm nominating Beverly McReynolds for Honorary Life Member of the FLTA. It's a great honor of mine to do this. I've known her for almost a decade, and she's been a fantastic mentor and really a true and close personal friend of mine over that time. Let me tell you a couple things about Beverly as we go forward with this nomination. She graduated from Rollins College and then went on to Madrid, Spain to complete her coursework in a master's degree for Spanish literature. She returned back to the United States and worked for a small title company in Pennsylvania. Ultimately, she moved to Miami, Florida, where she worked for Broad & Cassell Law Firm doing title work. One of the big clients was Lennar, the home builder, and eventually she brought the title company in-house for Lennar, one of the first in the nation at that time. Under her watch, she has grown to oversee Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, at times overseeing more than 20,000 closing transactions in a single year. I think there's something to be said for that. A lot of know-how, a lot of gut instinct goes into making that operation run. And I think this is someone that will be a great part and a voice to continue to have in the FLTA. Her career at the FLTA is synonymous with her career at Lennar. She has been a member of the FLTA for over 30 years. In that time, she received her CLC in 1992, had become president of the FLTA in 2012, and was a Denham Award recipient in 2015. I'd like to say, Beverly, you've been such a great friend to me. I'm more than happy to do this for you. I know you've got a lot more to give, and I would love to have you continue to be a part of the FLTA, asking good questions, making good comments, and steering our industry in the right direction for years to come. So with that, I make a motion to nominate Beverly McReynolds as an honorary life member of the FLTA.
Tim has made a motion. Is there a second? Please make a second using your chat box feature. All in favor, say aye.
Congratulations, Beverly.
Thank you so much for this honor. You know, I never thought anything like this would happen so many years ago when I joined the Florida Land Title Association. And it's been a true pleasure to be a part of this association and now to receive this lifetime membership. is just doubly sweet for me. You know, when I think of our association, the first thing that always comes to mind are the people, our membership. I've had so much fun working with all of you. I've said this a million times. Titled people are good people. We know how to work hard, we know how to follow rules, and we know how to have fun, all while helping the citizens of Florida realize their dream of home ownership. There are so many really brilliant people in our association, and over the years I've learned so much from them. And I hope that somewhere along the line I've been able to teach others. It's a thrill for me to see where our association is today. We're as strong as we were when I joined. During my years, you know, we've had times we had trouble with the economy, we've had sort of general association deterioration, but in spite of that, we are strong. Sometimes that got in the way of our goal of increasing our membership, but what it never got in the way of was our hard work in Tallahassee and DC alike, making sure that our industry was strong. We've been able to maintain our rate structure over all these years, encouraging entrepreneurs to invest into our industry, and at the same time assuring the citizens of the state of Florida that they don't pay more per thousand for insurance than they did decades ago. We have worked hard to level the playing field for our agents. We were at the forefront of passing the remote online notary bill, putting us ahead in technology. I could go on and on, but what I want to say to you in closing is that the Florida Land Title Association is the place to be as we enter the roaring 20s. And my greatest hope is that next year we'll all be together so that we can celebrate together. In the meantime, please be safe, be well, and thank you again.
Wow, congratulations, Beverly.
I would like to thank our current board of directors. They have put in countless hours this year overseeing FLTA's operations, finances, and strategic initiatives. The board is comprised of talented individuals who are highly knowledgeable about the title insurance industry and who have shown exceptional commitment to FLTA. This year will certainly go down in the record books as one of a kind and not like any other. And these current board members deserve much, much more praise. They are Lynn Prescott, Carla Staker, Shelley Stewart, Marty Solomon, Kevin Thomas, Skip Strauss, Chuck Ferguson, Lindsay Hall Harrison, Mike LaRosa, Melissa Murphy, Sabina Seidel, John Stressley, Tim Steele, and Jim Russick. Board members, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Nancy. I do want to say a few words about your service over this past year. Your grace, your style, your leadership, you've been absolutely amazing for us during a tough time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lynn. Last November, we launched the new year long-term for FLTA's leadership with our historic convention. As it turned out, that convention was the last in-person meeting we would have for quite some time. We still don't know when we will meet together again face-to-face. Our convention in St. Petersburg drew a record number of participants, including many first-time attendees. We had many exhibitors and sponsors. It was one of the most successful conventions ever. Back then, we were looking forward to having a year that would just be as successful as our convention. Back then, my theme for the convention seemed so appropriate. Wheels up, clear skies ahead. In February, we were able to meet in Tallahassee for lobby days. And then a month later, our country hit some turbulence. This wasn't shake the wine in your glass turbulence, no siree. That COVID stuff turned out to be the launch you out of your seat if you aren't buckled in kind of turbulence that even scares the flight crew. Fortunately, most turbulence, even very rough stuff, does not bring down the plane. As difficult as it has been, our COVID turbulence has not taken FLTA off course or kept us from fulfilling our mission and our promises to you, our members. We are all confronted every day with attacks and threats of attacks from cyber criminals attempting to divert our customers' funds from our real estate transactions. We promise to help you protect yourselves and your transactions from these thieves and ever-changing assaults on your bank accounts. We promised to continue our cyber webinars for you, and we did that. During the past year, the FLTA conducted a town hall meeting via the web to keep you up to date on the systematic stealing that threatens our closing as sure as the deadly virus threatens us. We received a lot of feedback from the attendees who felt that they received a lot of benefit from that crime prevention project. We have also worked many long and fruitful hours with the Office of Insurance Regulation, OIR, on changes to the Data Call 2019 and to delay enforcement to allow companies and representatives to focus on families. We also worked with the Department of Financial Services, DFS, regarding third-party charges and unlawful inducements. Remote online notarization, RON, legislation became effective on January the 1st of this year. FLTA immediately created the first education course for Florida notaries. We presented it online and talked about impact. This helped to keep education on the forefront. Last November, we were looking forward to educational seminars and town hall meetings we plan to conduct around the state. Turbulence or no turbulence, we held virtual seminars and town hall meetings to keep you educated, informed, professional, and competitive in this trying business environment. I want to commend and thank Scott Merritt and Jenna Daly for their hard work in making those events happen, and I want to commend each of you for attending. Despite COVID and other challenges, our members chose to emphasize our need to always work to sharpen the edge of our professionalism by taking advantage of these valuable educational opportunities. Good for you. Ironically, the horrible disease that made our closing so much more complicated has also improved our attendance at our education events. Let's face it, it's a lot easier to attend a virtual event than it is to drive across the state for a day of continuing education. For that reason, many of our events have drawn record numbers. For a long time, there's been discussion about the need to update and improve the certified land title designation. That huge important project was well underway a year ago, and I would like to give thanks to the Certified Land Title Institute and the never-ceasing work of the people like Chuck Ferguson and Marcia Cameron, who has contributed to its review every year, and everyone else involved. We couldn't conduct the examinations this year, but you can be sure that the study guides and the exams have never been more relevant and more appropriate or more indicative of the expertise of the holders of the prestigious CLC and CLS certifications. They are ready for the next class of potential test takers, hopefully this coming year. You would think, given that we have had almost a year without in-person meetings, as fun as they are, we would have lost membership. That didn't happen. Last year, we set a goal to raise our membership to 500 members. I am proud to announce that we have in fact met that goal. We are now a larger organization than we have ever been. Each and every member of the board of directors did much more than pull their own weight this year. The hard work of all of its members just demonstrates that we have elected a board full of outstanding leaders who give and give to this organization. Thanks to all of the incredible members of the board. I'd like to give an additional shout out to John LaJoy, who may not be a member of the board, but who led like one and gave valuable input to the board at most of its meetings. Most importantly, I want to thank you, our members. You are a group that is talented, generous, with your support, and a pleasure to lead. Thanks to you, we have come in for a perfect landing. We are right on the center line of the runway, well positioned to follow Lynn Prescott and the 2021 Board of Directors to live in the present. Expect great things, and please participate fully. You will not be disappointed.
Thank you, Nancy.
Now, join me in welcoming past President Kevin Thomas to provide us with the nominating committee's report.
Hi, I'm Kevin Thomas. I'm this year's chair of the FLTA Nominating Committee, and we would like to present these nominees to be approved by the membership as members of the 2021 Board of Directors and Officers. Len Prescott, President; Marty Solomon, First Vice President; Mickey Godat, Second Vice President; Tim Steele, Past President's Committee; Nancy Bauman, Immediate Past President; Sabine Siddell, Government Affairs; Chuck Ferguson, CLT Institute; Lindsay Hall Harrison as Treasurer. And these board members at large: Michael Day, Mike LaRosa, Jeff Hall, Shelley Stewart, John Strethley, and Joe Shida. And serving as Vice Chair of the Insurer Section, Melissa Murphy, and Vice Chair of the Agent Section, John Strethley. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin has made a motion for the approval of the board. May I have a second in the chat? All in favor, write aye in the chat. While that is being done, I would like to ask all the candidates of the board members to come forward for installation. The ayes have it.
Now, traditionally, the installing of the Board of Directors and the incoming president are done separately. But this year, in the spirit of togetherness, Lynn Prescott and the Board of Directors will be installed together.
I would like to ask Bill Birding, Alta President, to come forward to install the officers and directors.
One of the real honors I get is the ability to swear in varying associations, boards of governors. For me, it's really exciting because it's the second time that I've been able to do this for Florida, and it's very much an honor, so I thank you. For all those people being sworn in, please raise your right hand. Nominees, your industry colleagues have honored each of you by nominating you to serve in a leadership role. You are dedicating a year of your life to work on the Florida Land Titles Association's behalf for the betterment of your chosen profession. The respect in our communities for the land title industry was earned by those that came before you. The responsibility, therefore, now falls upon you to ensure those who follow in your footsteps are afforded the same respect. Will each of you accept the duties and responsibilities of the office to which you have been elected? Please answer, I will.
I will.
Do each of you agree to faithfully perform the duties of your office to the best of your ability for the betterment of the land title industry and the Florida Land Title Association? Please answer, I do.
I do.
Congratulations and thank you for your commitment as evidenced by your acceptance of these obligations. You are an asset to the Florida Land Title Association, and we appreciate and thank you for your service. The success of our leaders in carrying out these responsibilities depend not only on your own efforts, but also on the full support of the members of our association. So everyone, please rise in support of the qualified and duly elected Board of Governors for the Florida Land Title Association for the year 2021. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Congratulations, Lynn. You are now duly installed. Here you go. I'm so excited about where we're headed, and you sure do make a good Gatsby meets COVID.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you, Bill. It is a real honor to have you swear in our new board of directors and me as president. You are a fantastic leader for our industry. Congratulations and thank you for your service as ALTA president this year. We are really looking forward to your discussion about the ALTA's priorities this afternoon, and I know and appreciate how passionate you are to give back to our terrific industry. You seem like a pretty great guy, too. I loved your presidential acceptance speech at last month's ALTA convention. I particularly liked when you opened by pointing out that the best part of becoming president would be that you would be able to stand up here and thank every single person in your life. Of course, you didn't have time to do all that, but I loved the humor, and even more, I loved the sentiment and the outward mindset. And now it is my turn to thank everybody, and this is definitely one of the best parts. First, I would like to start by thanking every member of this association. I believe you all know this, but it is worth repeating. We are an association of exceptional people. I am so honored to be standing here today, virtual as it may be, to work with each of you and to serve as your president over the next year. Working within the FLTA over the past years to serve the interests of our businesses and our industry, it's been one of my greatest personal joys. And I know it has been a fundamental part of my own professional growth and success. Those of you that are heavily involved in the committee work of this association, you know what I mean. If you haven't already become involved with one of our committees, I strongly recommend that you get involved. And I believe you will get out of it every bit as much as you put in. I love our profession, I love our industry, and I love this association that truly exemplifies what is best about our industry. And I know all of you do too. And that is why it's such an incredible honor for me to now be your leader for this next year. All you have to do is look at the names of the past presidents, the Roll of Honor, which dates back to 1926, the Denham Service Awards, which go back to the 1960s, to have a sense of the history, to recognize the incredible leadership that has come before us. Having done exactly that, I do not take this job or the trust you have placed in me lightly. Luckily, I will not be doing this alone. I am well aware of the tremendous talent that we have gathered within our association at this moment. Can I get a round of applause for Executive Director Scott Merritt and our incredible administrator, Jenna Daly? They each are amazing, a perfect fit for our association. They continue to be better and better. We are very lucky to have them. And I also must thank our recent past presidents that have mentored me from the very beginning of my involvement with FLTA, starting with Beverly McReynolds and Jim Russick through Nancy Bauman. Their dedication, leadership, and support and love of our association and industry has been an inspiration, as has their kindness and their friendship. I'm very grateful for each of our outgoing and incoming members of the board of directors. Each has been strategically picked for their experience, wisdom, and dedication. I can't wait to see what our incoming board, including 3 first-time board members in Michael Day, Jeff Hall, and Joe Shida, will do for our industry over the next year. I hope you'll take advantage of many opportunities during this convention to share your interests and needs with them. I know this is not at all what any of us expected for 2020. We're supposed to be together over at Naples Grand right at this moment. But I am very confident in our success for 2020, 2021, and beyond, no matter what comes. If you've already had the chance to read my message from the president, you know that this confidence doesn't come from knowing that things are going to be great. I wish I knew that, but I don't. Professionally, we have been very lucky that this pandemic has not directly decimated the real estate industry like so many others. Imagine working in the travel, hospitality, restaurants, and bars. And yet, what comes next? Right now, we've been busier than ever as we do our best to help our communities and meet the challenges to adapt. But even as we hope our real estate market continues to stay strong, we will likely remain in a very challenging and uncertain time into the next year. So how am I so confident? My extreme confidence comes from our strength and our resilience. It comes from knowing that no matter what happens, we have the best and brightest in our industry working together in this association. Life is full of peaks and valleys. We all have them. We just usually don't all have the peaks all at the same time. We're all in a valley now, but there is something comforting in knowing that we're all in this together. And it is how we act in the valleys, when times are challenging, when times are tough, that will determine our peaks. And that is where the theme of this year's convention fits so perfectly. The Roaring 20s, know the past, live in the present, and secure the future. This tagline is not just a little bit of fun, which we all certainly need right now, but it's also a terrific roadmap for how we are going to be resilient together and take advantage of whatever opportunities that 2021 present for us. I'm very grateful that our industry and our association have entered this valley from a position of significant strength. We've learned important lessons from financial meltdown of 2008. Our association's financial reserves have almost doubled over the past 5 years, and our membership is at an all-time high. As a result of the smart decisions of our past leaders, we are now in a position to further secure the future of this association. As part of my focus for this year, our association will create and implement a 5-year strategic plan, and we will be proactive rather than reactive to the coming challenges. While I envision this 5-year strategic plan will be constantly evolving and you'll all have an opportunity for input, we've already started to work on some of the key objectives of this plan. For example, this convention, the first of its kind virtual convention, has been aided by our first ever convention advisory committee that consisted of Scott and Jenna and myself, but it also consisted of the next 4 incoming presidents: Marty Solomon, Mickey Godat, John Streschley, and Melissa Murphy. We have formalized plans for the continued leadership of our association that far in advance, 5 years. And knowing how terrific and talented each of them are, we're in very good hands. But by putting formal and organized structure around our future leaders now, we're going to be even better. Speaking of valleys, I have a confession to make. My past is a lot less like Jay Gadsby and a lot more like maybe a smarter Forrest Gump. And some of you know, when I go on family vacations at least, I've got some Clark Griswold sprinkled in there too. My past begins with my mom, Dr. Barbara Schaff. She's watching this event live from Montana. She wouldn't miss it. Hi, Mom. Thank you for inspiring me, for being such an incredible role model for me, for teaching me the importance of love, kindness, and faith. I love you and I'm so proud and grateful for you. My mom started her career as a registered nurse and helped so many as an incredible caregiver. I'm glad that we all have a deeper appreciation for these selfless caregivers today, and they have always been and always will be so essential. My mom further inspired me by advancing her own education every chance she could. She had a master's and then a doctor of nursing. She opened an important Veterans Administration clinic and helped create associate's and bachelor's degree programs for nursing at Salish Kootenai College, serving the needs of Native Americans in Montana, and later expanding the nursing degree programs at Montana State University. I've always been incredibly proud of my mother, and I can't tell you how many times she had to overcome being undervalued or underestimated and break glass ceilings along the way. Coming from my prior life in the legal and financial industries, I get a significant amount of personal satisfaction in working within an industry where women contribute on such a significant scale. And this is a big reason why I found a profession in an industry where I belong. First American is 70% women, and because of its specific focus, it's been named to Fortune Best Workplaces for Women list for the past 5 years. But have we done enough as an industry to promote our strength and this great news? Our association is blessed with many powerful leaders making a huge impact upon business and industry. And this convention celebrates and highlights many of them, including Beverly McReynolds, Nancy Bauman, Carla Staker, Marsha Cameron, Shelley Stewart, Lindsay Hall Harrison, Sabina Seidel, Deb Boyd, Laura LaCastro, Sue Dutcher, and Odetta Kushi, just to name a few. In addition, I would like to specifically highlight the work of Melissa Murphy and Jennifer Bloodworth, as they have worked together on RON. They were at the forefront of getting our RON legislation crafted and passed. They were the first to get a 2-hour RON certification course produced, making our association the first and the original provider of the required course certification by the Secretary of State. Now they continue to advocate and lead the necessary legislative improvements to make RON even more effective. I'm very proud and grateful that they have been recognized, not just by us at FLTA, but by the Florida Bar, the Real Property Probate Trust Law section, for their significant impact and the legacy of service their work has been to the real estate industry and the legal and title professions. And given the title digital transformation our business is going through, they're just getting started. You're going to get a chance to hear more directly from Melissa tomorrow afternoon. This association has had 12 past presidents who are women, with 8 of them coming within the last 17 years. But we know that our work on gender equality in our industry is not done. It is well documented that this pandemic has disproportionately affected women and minorities and has been driving many out of the workforce. Will we lose any of our own? Will talented women and minorities looking for work find their way into our industry? Equality is not just a fundamental human right, it is a necessary precondition to our industry's health and the sustainable prosperity in a post-pandemic world. So this will be another very timely, specific focus of our association for the year. Melissa Murphy and I have already begun talking about a summit to be held in 2021, hopefully in person. We want to learn and promote the best lessons learned from COVID. Focusing on supporting equality and inclusion will be a big part of it. I hope each of you can think of some good ideas and things you would like to see our association do to help achieve this goal for the benefit of our industry, and I ask you all to get involved. This specific commitment is in complete alignment with 2 other necessary long-term goals. We need to promote our industry's commitment to diversity and inclusion within. We need to build on our values of fairness and respect. We also need to promote our industry without. We need to celebrate the diverse roles and the essential services that we provide so that the next generation of title professionals don't need to be relatives or find our industry by luck or accident. That's what happened to me. As much as this may surprise you, I didn't go to law school with plans to be an underwriting counsel. In fact, I went to law school because of an accident. There was a life-changing event that happened to me and my family in the 3rd grade. My younger sister, Kristen, drowned in a swimming pool and was in a coma for more than 3 years before she passed away. As a result of that accident, and in 3rd grade, I decided I was going to law school, thinking it would help make sense of her accident. The problem was that it didn't. I had accomplished my goal of going to law school, but it turned out that going to Georgetown Law didn't magically make things better. I could figure out what kind of a lawyer I didn't want to be, but I couldn't find the clear path to what kind of lawyer I would be. Was I even supposed to be a lawyer in the first place? My legal work led to investment banking, and while there's much that I learned and much that I appreciated in each job that I had, I did not find that place where I belong. Life is hard when you don't know where you belong. And that's where the luck came in. Luckily for me, one of my colleagues from my time at Prudential Securities, Mike Dolan, had found his way to the title industry. He called me one day and asked if I had ever thought about becoming a title underwriter. Well, I had taken real estate classes in law school, and I had bought a home and condo with title insurance. I still had no idea what he was talking about. Mike told me about title underwriting, said it might be what I was looking for and that I'd be good at it. Boy, was he right. And that is how I got into the title industry. I will always be incredibly grateful that I went to that interview and that Rory Rolfs hired me as a commercial examiner and single-seat underwriter in the downtown Miami office of Land America. It turns out I was meant to go to law school, and I was meant to become a title underwriter. I knew almost immediately that I had found an industry and a role where I belonged. I loved searching and examining title. I loved the story and the history of the land that you would learn from abstracting. I loved the attention to detail that is necessary to get it right. I loved working with other terrific underwriters, our agents, parties to the transaction to solve problems and to get deals across the finish line. I loved the teamwork, and I loved the effect our work has on the economy and on our community. I loved working in that office so much that my wife Charlotte and I got married in the lunchroom in 2006. Anybody that loves our industry so much you wanted to get married in the lunchroom, raise your hand. Well, maybe that's a little misleading, but it is true that we got married there. My wife is English, and we needed to get legally married in Florida before we were able to have a wonderful blessing of our marriage in the Church of England in Tetbury, which is in the Cotswolds outside of London. I would love to tell you how much I loved my time at Chicago Title and with Fidelity, but I think this is where I should say thank you to Charlotte for her support. Charlotte is my best friend. She's an incredible wife and mother to our children. I'm so proud and grateful to be her husband. I can't come close to expressing how much better my life is because she is in it. I would not be standing here as your president without her wisdom and her support. She is everything to me. Thank you, Charlotte, for helping me become the person I am today, and for all of your love and encouragement. I love you, and I am so proud and grateful for you. By the way, Charlotte is also the reason that the Biltmore allowed Scott and me to film the Gatsby teasers, if you liked those. She's also our connection to our terrific keynote speaker, Brian Williams. She is one of the finest managers and leaders that I have ever known and is currently giving back to her industry, an industry that has been intensely harmed by the pandemic, as the president of the Florida Spa Association. Charlotte and I will be very busy this year, but we wouldn't have it any other way. I'd also like to say a quick thanks to my oldest daughter, Carson, college sophomore, and as of today, an FLTA Scholarship Award winner. Congratulations, Carson. You deserve it. My son, Oliver, and my youngest daughter, Emma, they also round out our family, motivate, inspire, support. I love you so much, and I'm so proud and grateful for you. Finally, I'd like to thank First American, my home ever since board member Mike LaRosa recruited me back in 2012. Thank you, Mike. To Evan Zanuck, to Mike Abbey, to Alan McCall, to all of my First American family that are with us here today, thank you for the opportunity to be part of your team and for your continued encouragement and strong support as we serve this industry that has given us all so much. We've built an incredible team in Florida, and I'm very grateful and honored to work with you and for the chance to now follow in First American's legacy of service to our industry, which was established by past FLTA presidents and Denham Service Award winners Ken Shannon, John LaJoy, Alan McCall, and now Marcia Cameron. Our industry and this association have given us all an incredible gift during our times in this valley. We have meaningful roles and a profession where we belong. Appreciating that and being all in this valley together with such extraordinary and dedicated people, ready to pay this incredible gift forward, how can we be anything other than extremely confident that we will secure our future success no matter what comes? Thank you.
We couldn't be prouder of him. He is definitely our Renaissance man. The successful executive that he is by day, and then the puppy poop scooper and family chef by night.
I came kicking and screaming into the 21st century, but LIEN has always been very, very smart and adaptable in new situations. He will do an excellent job as your president.
He just gives 100% and more to everything he does. And for those that he really loves and cares for, you know that he pushes us all to bring our best, and sometimes it frustrates us, but it's because he believes in doing more and giving more. And I know as your president, he is going to do that for you.
I would like to say to my dad that on this little chapter of his career that he's just getting better and better. In 10 years, he'll probably have will be king of the world.
I'm so proud of you. You deserve this.
Hi, Dad. Congratulations. We're all so proud of you for all the work that you do for your community as well as your family. And I'm so glad you've been recognized for how presidential you are. Len Prescott 2020. Love you.
Congratulations, Len. You are my hero.
Sweetie, we're so proud of you. We love you more.
Thank you, Lynn. What a great message. And how cool is it to have your family join us for this special occasion? Before we conclude, I want to thank First American Title Insurance Company and Skyline LIEN Search for being our title sponsors. I also want to thank all of our sponsors and exhibitors for being with us. For without you, we would not be able to gather as we are today. Our first education session is going to begin in 15 minutes with Sue Dutcher, who's the bee's knees. But listen, for the entire event, all of our sessions are going to begin 15 minutes early with a waiting room. And 5 minutes early, we'll be able to watch some community events and be able to have some fun. So be sure to tune in ahead of schedule so that you can have the full experience. We look forward to seeing you there, and so glad y'all are with us. See you soon.